Hi, welcome to this video day, which is on the 26th of September. It's Thursday. We're just going to give our update out of the British pound today. We're going to be looking at it against the USD, also against the euro, and we're going to take a look at the pound against the commodity currencies as well. We will go to the charts in a moment. Now, in recent weeks, we've been very bullish of the British pound, and we think it's deeply oversold and going a lot higher. Now, in terms of the pound, it has made some headway to the upside, but it has just had a bit of a retracement. We view that retracement as a buying opportunity, so buy the pound on strength. I'm going to go through all my logic in terms of trading the pound long, and also, of course, my technical levels of entry, stop and target. So we're going to take a look at the charts, but please, before we do so, keep in mind it is my view as of right now. It could, of course, change in line with the market conditions and action if you want all our trading techniques and our daily technical sentiment analysis of 14 forex pairs. Just simply click on the link beneath this video and you'll get live access to our member center. Right, let's go and take a look at the pairs. I'm going to look at GBP USD. Right, just very quickly on the GBP monthly chart, so I can do the targets. And in terms of this chart as well, just want to point out what the commercial smart money is doing against speculators. Now, in terms of the big sell-off after the Brexit vote, come to 120, then you get really big commercial smart money buying, big speculative selling. We move up to 140. The group's doing exactly the same here. They started a few weeks ago. They're very opposed. Commercials not dropping their big long position and specs not dropping their big short position. So I see downside as really limited from here and the possibility of spec stops getting run. So where could we go to? My own view is 132 and then 140. Okay, so obviously up to our second target, that'll be 1700 pips. And in terms of a deal being done, obviously our view relies on that. The odds, in our view, are very high. So just look at why we feel that way. Do our levels of entry, stop and target on the daily chart. So let's go across to it now. All right, GBP USD daily chart. Obviously, before we do the technicals, we'll look at the sentiment fundamentals. Very Brexit driven, obviously. Now, in terms of, we did have that debate in Parliament yesterday, pretty fiery. And after it was all concluded, you look at the news wires today, and a typical quote is: risks of a notable decline in the currency on a no-deal Brexit remain elevated. Some say, or news sites say, that the risks of a no deal are even greater now than they were before the debate. They haven't increased significantly at all, in our view. Let's look at actually what went on. Prime Minister Johnson said he would not be asking for an extension to Brexit in the event of Parliament failing to pass a Brexit deal on October the 19th, which isn't that far away. So he's not going to ask for it. He's obliged to do so by the Ben bill. Okay. But he also said he wouldn't break the law. So what actually is he going to do? What does he have planned? I don't actually know what he's got planned, but, he has to ask for the extension, okay? And I can't see anything, from my knowledge of the way Parliament works, what he can do to stop that extension being asked for. I think what he's banking on is basically, by the really fiery tone he had in the Commons, making sure that the EU actually come to his rescue. And it makes logical sense. I know a lot of people are probably not going to believe this, but if it gets extended, okay, that is bullish for sterling. If what I think could happen does happen, then it's really bullish for sterling. So let's take a look at it. On my view, we had a meeting between Boris Johnson, EU's representative Jean-Claude Juncker. Now we know that Jean-Claude Juncker is really hardline against the UK normally, but after their meeting just over a week ago, he was quite conciliatory. He said there was the basis of a deal to be done. I find that really significant, okay, because by being so belligerent in Parliament and fiery, EU representatives are looking at this and thinking, actually, this isn't good. There is going to be a general election. It's not if, it's when. And the outcome of a general election, the eventuality, Eurozone can see what could happen. I think everyone can. Okay. In the meantime, what you've got is uncertainty in both Europe and the UK. Now, uncertainty is hitting both business in the UK and in Eurozone, not just the UK. Just see the UK reported in the media mostly. But yeah, the German car industry are making it pretty clear the other day the damage it's doing to their forward planning by not knowing the Brexit eventuality. So, in terms of the EU, they don't want that uncertainty either. What is going to happen in terms of, if an election comes in the UK? Well, voters are going to come down not on party lines, they're going to vote on how they did in Brexit, okay? Which probably means that the Conservatives and the Labour Party, the two biggest parties, neither will get a majority. And then you'll have Nigel Farage and the Brexit Party in the mix, and they will probably do a good showing, okay? Now, they've already offered the Conservative Party a deal to get Brexit through. The EU just don't want that. And it's going to be further down the line. There's more uncertainty. I think the EU, with what Jean-Claude Juncker was saying in particular, and how conciliatory he was, that they will basically help Johnson get a deal through. Okay, by just offering some concessions. That is what I think could happen. Now, it might not happen, but if it doesn't happen, the Brexit deal will be extended. I can't see Johnson getting around that in Parliament at all. So I just think the sell-off yesterday was a bit of a knee-jerk reaction. The risks have not increased significantly. Also, Brexit aside, economic data favours the UK. Eurozone is nearly in recession. Interest rate path obviously favours the GBP. ECB cutting rates. UK is the only central bank looking to raise rates. So for me, a bit of a knee-jerk sell-off. Now, in terms of this pair, the way we've been playing it, in our last video, we still had our position long in, came in at 121.60, got up quite nicely, and then we took it out, the bulk of our position, at 123.50, so just under 200 pips profit. Okay, now in terms of today in the member centre, I reset the entry at exactly where I was stopped out. People ask me why, because normally I would wait for a break of a round number or maybe that big red there, but come in already. We were red this morning down here. Once we get above the 20-day moving average and we're bullish, we expect prices not to run away from it, okay? And we weren't running away this morning. There was no heavy volume. And we've come back and we have re-entered long, okay? Did do this chart this morning, but there's been no significant change at all, okay? Now, in terms of my entry, it's just there, just above. Really, sorry, let me just line my line straight. Sorry, really, I've just taken that big blue, that big red, and not thinking we're going to run away from it to the downside and come back up a bit, okay? Could draw trajectory in as well. So there. So I've got an order in, or a position in, I should say. I've got the option to add as well. Okay, so coming with a small position, I've got a really tight risk reward, stop back behind this level, and I can add. Now, I think if we clear these candles out here, speculators are at a size of short position, which is at a 1.5 year high. A lot of specs short. I think a lot of stops will be here. So if we push up, I can then add in, and then I can go for, well, hopefully we're going to go up to target. So in terms of, if I get stopped out, for me, the risk reward is just really good. I can always pick up the pound maybe at lower levels on strength. We'll just see how it goes. But at the minute, I'm pretty bullish of sterling. I don't see the risks of Brexit, no deal increase yesterday at all, which obviously I've just summarised. So yeah, I'm looking for more upside. I'm looking to add a position, hopefully. So this pair, I think, is really good risk to reward. I've said it in previous videos, though, that I do think the GBP is going to rally just generally on most major currencies. USD is a fairly strong currency. So if you're bullish of the GBP generally, you might want to also do positions in pairs where the other currency looks weak. And I think next one, particularly Euro, looks a weaker currency than the USD to me. So GBP's got more upside, and also in the commodity currencies, some decent results trading the long side, and way more upside in the pound against AUD, NZD, and CAD. But first of all, let's go and take a look at Euro GBP. Right, last few charts, just going to use the charts from our member centre. Now, in terms of this pair, we've done better than we have done in GBP USD. It's been a nice, smooth trend. The downside in at 91.80, and we're down at 88.56, so 300 odd pips now. And in terms of, regular viewers will know this. Took the snap of the round number up here, 92. So as soon as we're looking for a big trend, we're looking for prices to be held by that moving average in terms of rallies, okay? And we hold, one poke down, trying to poke again. I think rallies will fade to that 20-day moving average, or around the level, okay? So the 20-day, I've got level of resistance there, second level there, which is where my stop is behind. You could sell a rally if you wanted to come in fresh, or just sell a break of support. This is my first target. You obviously can't see my second target on this chart. It's the monthly support level at 80. So well down the bottom of my screen. So it's been a nice move down, and I think we're going to get really good continuation. When you look at the monthly chart, you can see 80 is really realistic in our view. Pound, well, it's deeply oversold everywhere. Euro, I'm heavily bearish of. Good trade so far, hoping it's going to become better. We shall see. Right, now let's go and look at the commodity currencies, and we're going to start with GBP AUD. Right, GBP AUD, and in terms of on all the commodity currencies, see the pound is very bullish. Yeah, it is deeply oversold, but the commodity currencies I think could get hurt hard by risk off, which really makes pound longs attractive. Now, this pair is pretty messy, but the bias is to the upside. Okay, we did get that move up there and then got stopped out. You see it there, 180.20, banked out 182.20, so 200 pips. I'm just rebuying slightly higher at 182.80. So just through those two candles there. And I think, this chart was done this morning, and we're still pretty red, but holding around number, got the stop back behind the 20-day moving average. If I look at it tonight, you can see the candle is exhausting, or the selling is exhausting in my view. So we should get triggered long. Now, I've got 188 as my target, obviously, because it's the daily highs, but I'm looking for monthly resistance at 2. So a long way up. And we'll see how it goes. But very bullish of the GBP on the AUD. Now, in terms of a kind of smoother chart, it's this one, GBPNZD. And I've done all three commodity currencies together. Okay. I should have done the most on this one, which I didn't, because it's the smoothest uptrend. And did okay. Well, we did very well on this one. 191.50 to 196.20. So a really decent move to the upside. The biggest profit in terms of our pound longs. Okay, and we gave some back. We rolled back over. Although I was saying in my notes you could take 50% into the 2 level. Once you get an elevated move like that, and you've got really good profits. It can run on, but of course it can come back as well, which it obviously has. I want to go long 196.50. So I'm just going to come back through that tail there, a couple of bodies there. I've got the 20-day moving average. If that holds, come back up, stop behind. Then looking for 205, 215 on the upside. So a long way to go. I'm not sure what this one's done tonight. Let me have a look. Yeah, come back up a bit, but we're not near to being triggered yet. We'll see if we are. But yeah, this is a big uptrend now. I see that as a correction. The NZD has had a little bit of strength across the board, back through, then way up, in my view. We shall see. Last one, where I've got my biggest allocation, is GBPCAD. I just need to find my menu though. Just get my menu back and I can go across to it. Let me just scroll back. Where are we? GBPCAD. Then just need to make my chart a bit bigger. Here's GBPCAD. Got a 300 pip rally or profit off this one. Nice big blue. We did roll back down with 20-day moving average. Just looking to buy on any strength, 164.20. I'm not sure what this one is done. Obviously, a chart done earlier. Some quick look. Not too far away. Come back to blue. So we've exhausted selling, I think, 20-day moving average, looking to provide support. And this one, in terms of the CAD, I still view it as the most overbought of the majors, and sterling is the most oversold. So yeah, my biggest allocation is on this one out of the three commodity currencies. I'm just aiming for chart highs at the moment. I might even extend that, but I'm looking for a really big move. So we'll see if it happens. But yeah, I think in terms of what went on in Parliament yesterday, obviously pretty toxic, pretty fiery. But when you look at what actually happened, there's just nothing there that I see that increases the chances of a hard Brexit. So after a knee-jerk reaction sell-off, it's a good risk to reward buy. Risk against reward, very, very good. See how these pound pairs do. I'll probably update them in my weekly forecast at the weekend. But that is the video for today. Thank you very much for watching me as usual. Take care. Have a good day.